PG-13. This is G.I.Joe 1984, and we're going way back with the Cobra Rattler. This was a vertical takeoff jet. That would be quick into action. Now, when you look on the underbelly here, we do have a nice range of missiles. We have the short-range missile, we have the cluster bombs, and there's a two-stage missile that pulls apart. And, you know, somebody always called that a bomb. I used to use them as torpedoes for the boats. It just almost looked like a torpedo to me. But this held 14 missiles. Now, when we're looking at the other side here, these wheels, you know, there was no mechanism. You could have had a mechanism in this, but the wheels did not retract on their own. You had to like push them in, and they become really brittle, and you know, a lot of them do snap off even under the own weight of the Cobra Rattler. But I mean, again, this was just a fantastic jet to have in your collection, and maybe this year I will try to army build some. So again, there is, you know, some weak points, and you never know what parts you may or may not be missing, but the weak parts are sometimes the canopy, whereas this little piece breaks off. So you can get replacements as well as reproduction parts if you're just going to army build some. And this whole piece actually comes out, and then you fit the figure inside there. And well, it sucks that my part's broken. Oh. But on the aftermarket, they're quite expensive, which is pretty sad. But you fit your figure in here, and these cockpits are always crammed, you know. Oh, look at this. HCC is back in the house. So you fit your little figure inside here. Get in there, HCC.
I'm done with reviewing.
You'll be back. I know you'll be back. In fact, every 3 years you did something like that. I think he will be back eventually once he gets a new house to fill. Anyways, this fits in here. I think. Come on, fit in here. There we go. Once it clicks in, it should fit in. Oh, what the heck? We're having some technical difficulties here. Everything's not. So, still got to click in a little more here. All right, you're in there, HCC. So here. Now, you recall the flying fortresses in World War II? They would have these cool cannons, rear facing. They hopefully wouldn't shoot off their own tail fin, like in the cartoon. But nonetheless, it was fantastic engineering. And this awesome jet, did come with pilot Wild Wesel. And well, Wild Wesel, his mold was reused for the Sky Striker, not the jet Sky Striker. Now, I don't have his original helmet, but that is his nemesis, his comparison. And Black Major Customs as well, you can get these molds. So, might be something I may look into, just to get some different colors on this. Wild Wesel, maybe I'll find a different colored body to put him in, because I do have an extra. It's always good to have extra. Now, this jet was pretty cool. I mean, there was a lot of engineering that went into it, but unfortunately, the landing gear. So you could basically lift off the engine covers and check out the engine. So you could have your Cobras fixing the engines. Now, some of these parts do get lost, but again, you can easily find reproduction parts if you just want to build army build. But if you gotta be careful on these older ones. These tabs can break. So, oh no, we lost a missile. Oh, I had hours upon hours upon hours of endless fun with this. So I did love having my Cobra Rattler. I don't have any blueprints for this, but I do have the battle damage. And it did have 2 panels that went on this. So once it got shot up by the Sky Striker, you could put your panels on. And do they easily come out? I don't know. Oh, there we go. And they do. So hopefully you don't break it. But you could put on the battle damage, and then you could make it look like it was all shot up. So that's kind of neat. But there is 2 engine covers. There is a little bit of detail in the cockpit. And well, we can see, or can we see? That is the question. And we'll bring it over to the light here. There's a little bit of detail, not too much, just a little on the sides. Now it did have there was a lot of other versions made later on of the Cobra Rattler, and we did have one for Tiger Force. That's why we brought out Sky Striker. And again, you could get your Tiger Force version. Again, it was remade in 2008 for the Rattler. And the other vertical takeoff jet was a 1990s Hurricane. Oh, I wanted to compare these for a while. Oh. Look at that. And the Sky Striker, well, the Sky Striker would always be shooting down your Cobra Rattlers. Now, this could have been made just a little bit larger and a little bit longer, and that would have been a comparable same size to the Sky Striker. But for a kid, our imaginations, you know, with the A-10 Warthog, aka our Rattler. I can't believe that they actually named a vehicle the Rattler, which was the Cobra's thing. But nonetheless, we're going to go to yojo.com and we're going to show you that there was a few different, there was also 2002, before I even look at this, there was a 2002 version that was, I think, reddish or orange. But you see what oh, come on. Anyways, we're almost out of time. We're just trying to get this video here. Now, we're having technical difficulties. But anyways, so in 1998, that was the vehicle Rattler. But there's 2002 is the Trues. And we can just click on grid view. And then there's that. Look at that. I almost got one for $40 way back. I should have bought it at the time. But I think that's when I got my other Sky Striker. So there was definitely, I don't know how well this is going to come in at all, but there's the 84, 88 Tiger Rat, and then there's the A-10 Thunderbolt, 1997. I don't have this one, but this is just a fantastic looking jet, you know, all camoed up, and again, it just doesn't come in as well. I really wanted to get that one day, hopefully one day. Oh no. So, and then there's obviously the 2008 and 2009 Tiger Rat, and there is a Autobot Powerglide in red. Transform. Unfortunately, it didn't transform. I don't collect Transformers though, but it was kind of cool that there's more versions out there of our awesome Rattler. Unfortunately, the prices people charge will make it super hard to actually get any of those. So maybe one day win the lottery. But anyways, now I don't have the pilot for the Hurricane, but I did manage to get one, and I did get a great deal at Cobra Collectibles. And like I said, sometimes this price is super high, sometimes they're super low. But I'm going to say this clear as day. If you keep your prices on some of your figures super high, they're never going to sell. They're going to sit there for years. I mean, you got vehicles that are reasonably priced. Some are really expensive, some are really cheap. So again, he does give you deals. But I find for a fact that it is way cheaper just to buy figures in a lot, unless I'm looking for an individual figure. But that's what, I mean, you're going to spend $40 or $50 on a figure. You know, that's not economical, and a lot of us collectors just say nope. So all you brick and mortar stores out there that are trying to sell figures, I know you have your own costs. But again, you get your collections for a lot cheaper. And you could help your fellow collectors out by having sales on those figures. You know, at least keep them reasonable. No one's going to pay $200 or $300 or end up for a figure, unless they're like die-hard crazy over that figure. But like for me, I'd rather get a reproduction figure or something else if the figure is way overpriced. You know, when you're going to spend $100 on a figure, that's just too much. You got to keep it $50 and under, and even then that's still pretty expensive. So for the most part, you want to try to keep your collecting costs lower. You're going to buy lots of figures. A lot of figures. Not lots, you know, the lot. A bunch of figures at a time in a lot. Anyways, so I loved the Tiger Rat, and I loved the Cobra Rattler. Two fantastic jets that, you know, the vertical takeoff. Sorry, a bit of a dry throat. But anyways, now there's a lot of other channels, and those channels that don't have G.I. Joe in the name, your channels don't show up as much. So let's say, for example, Dave C. from the Snake Pit or from the Pit. Your videos are not going to show up because you don't have G.I. Joe in the title. Just like What's on Joe Mind, if you don't put G.I. Joe in the title of your channel name, they don't show up. So all you collectors out there that are, you know, that's another thing, like people actually have to start mentioning other names for their channel, for other channels, like Joe's and Beards, awesome channel, just getting started. But we need more people to come together and definitely, what's the word? Bring the community together. We need more people subscribing to other channels, and you know, everybody's got to mention other channel names in their videos, just so other people can find some of these awesome reviews that other people do. And that's just sad that people don't seem to do that, as well as post links. Like, it's not hard for you to copy and paste a link on your channel, and in the, you know, in the comments, post links to other channels. You know, even if you have to type something first and then post a link so it shows up, do that. You know, more people need to find other G.I. Joe channels and subscribe to them and come together so we can rebuild the community and build it better and stronger. You know, big deal. We have one person that retires. You know, we got another 10 more channels coming up. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe, like, and share the videos. And remember, Cobra!